I need you to get to meet Forbes Riley. She is known as the Queen of Pitch. She has grossed more than $2.5 billion in product sales. I don't know anybody else who has done that, at least not personally. A true Renaissance woman, has starred in TV and movies as an actress. I was actually watching a movie with my husband the other day, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's Forbes! Like, I knew she did scenes, but I didn't know it. I'm taking pictures of her and messaging her privately. It was very funny. She has hosted TV shows for ESPN, X Games, ABC TV, Discovery Channel, did over 180 infomercials. She's appeared on QVC for more than 20 years. She is absolutely amazing. You'll know why I love her as soon as she comes on. So a warm welcome to Forbes Riley.
And the crowd goes crazy. Yeah! I love when the crowd goes crazy.
Yay!
That's my video. There we go. And bam! Hello!
Well, here it is, Forbes. We are in a place where I know you just jump right in, and I'm going to jump right in with you. And sold over $2.5 billion. What is the secret to a good pitch?
Great smile. I had braces for 8 years. You got to be able to smile.
Okay, so that's all I need to do. I'm done.
I will tell you, trust me, this is why you're so successful. One of my girlfriends the other day, she's like, I have resting bitch face. I said, well, then don't do that. Smile. It takes a little work. I'm old enough to remember, I actually fashioned my smile off of Farrah Fawcett. I had braces for 8 years, Lisa, when I was little. And I remember when they came off, it was like, guys, I got teeth. Yes. And I think I helped make my smile. Who knows? But you asked me a great question, and I'm obsessed with this question. In fact, I just changed something for you and your audience right now. I'm going to give away my pitch class on Sunday. I charge for it. Not today. Literally, anybody who says yes to whatever the free gift is, they're going to get pitch class for free. Don't tell my students, because nobody gets this for free.
Are we giving away one, or are we giving away many?
Anybody who wants to come, my darling. They're all tagged to you. We'll know who they are.
Okay.
It's a big deal.
It is.
Just so you know, that's part of the deal. If you really want to know how to pitch, and I'm going to tell you something.
But you just gave us the secret. Give us something for free before you even gave us anything. I'm paying attention.
Oh, well, let's start with, how about you know who you're talking to? How about you know what you want? And I actually have a little book about this. Most people don't know what they want. So, Lisa, let me ask you a question. What do you want?
I want to make a difference.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Now, imagine this. If every word that you said, see, I hear words like music. That's like saying, people, I want to change. We got change with COVID, but change isn't always good.
Right.
Okay? A difference isn't always good. That's not what you actually meant. What do you want?
I want to be happy.
What do you want?
We're going to go through this now.
Come on. Well, because your audience is going to get the gad. What do you want?
Okay, what do I want? I want to have peace of mind.
What do you want?
I'm really simple. I really just want to be happy.
So what's interesting when we play this game, Lisa, is that you get to define happy. Now, one of the reasons that you're having such a delightful issue with this is you lead a great life and you are happy. Yeah. But I will tell you that in order to get, it's like saying, I don't need another meal tomorrow because I've already eaten. So the game isn't quite what it sounds like. It's not like I want a new car, I want a new house. Here's what I wanted. When I was in a relationship before, it was not comfortable for me. Let's just say that. And I wanted to be able to roll over in the morning to see the most beautiful face and have this man tell me that even with mascara down my face and my hair all goofy, that I was the most beautiful woman in the world. And I wanted it. And I thought about how much I wanted that. And I wanted it every day. People in a lot of relationships, but that's not what they get. I wanted someone who looked like he walked off the cover of a romance novel. Well, I'll tell you what, my current fiance looks way more like that than I've ever imagined. And I tell you what, at 57, it took a lot of courage to want that and think that I deserved that. So here's how the I want game goes. And guys, if you can play this for real, you really can get anything you want. As extraordinary and crazy as it sounds, I have manifested not only my entire life, I actually wrote the book on this here. I wrote a book called What Have You Forbes Lately? Because what have you Forbes means what have you manifested, especially when no one else tells you you can get it. Growing up, Lisa, so many people told us, sorry, I'm going to put my book back there as a little thing. So many people told us that we were not enough. Who do you think you are wanting all this? Who do you think you are living in a big house? Let me tell you something. You have to quiet those voices and get really specific. I call it Grubhub. Hey, Grubhub. Yes, ma'am. What do you want? Well, I'm hungry. I want food. Really, ma'am? What do you want? I want something to eat. I want maybe a hamburger. No. I had a hamburger yesterday. Chinese? No, maybe I. Ma'am, call us back when you know what you want, and they hang up on you. So if you imagine the angels in the universe is a little bit like that, if you just say you want to be happy, they're like, I don't know, is she happy? Sure, she's happy. She's got a cute guy. She's got a great smile. She's happy. But that isn't really what you want. You want to affect 1 million people and raise their income level so they don't struggle anymore. You want to have women, hundreds of women every month, tell you that you are the best that's ever happened to them. Listen to these crazy wants, right? And you get deeper and deeper into the want, and then you get it. You literally get what you want. Grubhub, yes, ma'am, what do you want? I want a Caesar salad, extra chicken, croutons on the side. 15 minutes later, at your door, out of all the places in the world, comes a Caesar salad, extra chicken, croutons on the side. How do they know? Because you told them what you wanted. So when you architect a dream, and I'm very clear on this, ask the universe, put a picture. That's where you get this vision board. See what it is, and then watch how it comes true. For those of us who've ever manifested anything, you will know. Now, Lisa and I have a very, very interesting story together. I meet Lisa, this beautiful spark plug, and back then I wasn't speaking as much. And she was talking about this handsome husband that she had, and I was pretty single and not very happy about it. I got a handsome husband. Well, good for you. Then she takes out this beautiful deep purple book and talks about, and I'm looking, from fab to find Jesus. Why didn't I figure that out? That would have been nice. And then she's like, I speak everyone. I got a company that makes lots of, I'm like, you know what, bitch? I'm just kidding. I actually said, I want what you have. Now, I didn't mean I want to take it from you. I said, I want you to come help me because I don't know any of the things that you seem to have figured out. Listen to the words. I wanted that. I actually said, Lisa, this beautiful girl that I just met while we were glamping, I want you to come home with me. Come spend 2 days with me. I don't have a lot of family, so I wanted her to come home. And she's like, Forbes, really? I have companies and businesses, and I'm heading back to New York, and I got all these things I can't. I'm like, really? Well, I want you to come home with me. Lisa, what happened?
Well, what happened is I had another person with me, and her flight took off, but United Airlines canceled my flights.
I'm sorry, there were flights to New York, and yours was the only one that got canceled?
Mine was the only one that got canceled.
For how many days?
2 days. Was it 2 or 3 days?
Yeah. Did you come home with me?
I went home with you.
Okay, now I know this. I love you because you're telling the others. This is a true story.
She's telling me she's coming home with her. I'm like, no, I'm going home. And we get Brenda on the plane, and I'm like, I'm going. And then all of a sudden my plane's canceled. She says, you're not going home. I'm like, I'm going home. She says, no, you're not. And then the next day it get canceled again. I'm like, this is crazy. She willed it. And we believed it that you did.
Now, and here's the crazy thing. I believe it so strongly that I have a lot of what I want in my life. And then there's sometimes I get scared to want certain things. I own a television studio. I have to tell you, it's a 5,000 square foot. I drew it on paper. I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted to look like this at 60. I wanted to look a little like Raquel Welch when I was little. I'm kind of going, you got a little of that going on. I want to look like Jane Fonda. You look at my old pictures, I didn't look anything like this. I look like a very big-nosed, frizzy-haired, fat Jewish kid. But I wanted this. Apparently I have a couple of journals that actually show some things that I manifested, Lisa, that are close to miracles for me. I wanted a fitness product with my name on it. This little fitness product that I have now sold 2 million of only happened because I wanted, against all odds. I was even on a TV series on Pitchmen. I spent 5 months working with those guys. And at the end of it, they made me look bad. They embarrassed me on national television. And they edited something to say something that I didn't say. And it was very, very hurtful. And a very sane person would have just gone home and said, it's okay, I'm wrong. I woke up the next morning and my ex-husband looked at me after 5,000 people on YouTube went to town on something that wasn't even true but made me feel really bad. And he said, well, what are we going to do now? And I said, we're going to create Spin Gyms. He said, but nobody wants it. And I said, they're wrong. And he said, well, they can't all be wrong. And I said, but they are. And on that statement alone, Lisa, I mortgaged my house and my twins' education. I pushed the 512K in, and I made my first round of Spin Gyms. Do you know, not only have I sold 2 million of these, but on one day, I sold 61,000 of these and grossed $1.2 million in 24 hours.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. When you want it, and you really want it, and you have a why behind it, ask me why I want to do this. I'll tell you why. My mom was 260 pounds my whole life. She died at 70 of diabetes and smoking. Now I can't even getting emotional. And she wouldn't listen to me. She was like, Mom, just move a little bit. I bought her a year membership to a Bally's Health Club in Long Island, New York. I got her to the door. Lisa, I said, let's go. And she said, I can't. I said, yes, you can. You just go. She said, I can't. I'm like, okay, what's going on? She started to cry. She said, I thought I could go in, but I can't. They all know more than me. I don't want them to make fun of me. I don't like the equipment. I feel uncomfortable. Can we please just leave? And it was at that moment that I said to myself that nobody should suffer inside their own body. I got bullied when I was younger. I had it was tough on me too, but not like it was on her. And she died. And I said, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make home fitness affordable, portable, easy, accessible so that nobody suffers like she did. And I'll tell you what, I'm in the National Fitness Hall of Fame, and I've sold in my career a little over $2.5 billion worth of product. Please don't tell me that this doesn't work, because it does. In fact, I now teach the class. That's why I'm going to invite people come on Sunday. You want to say, well, Forbes, but I wanted this and it didn't happen. I'm going to tell you, you didn't architect it specifically enough, with enough intention, and your why wasn't big enough. When you do all of those things, and I have thousands of students, you will get what you want. Now, by the way, a little bit of a magician here, but the universe rewards people, but it doesn't always give you everything you want exactly the way you want it. So be careful about that. And then let's all be careful what we wish for. Because Lisa, maybe you're like me or the 100 and several million people out there listening to your show right now. Did one of you pray, I don't want to go to work on Monday morning. I just want to stay home and sleep in bed. COVID happened. Guess what? I just want to spend more time with my children. One of you prayed for that. Look what's happened to all of us now, right? You get the point.
Yes, absolutely. It's so, everything you're sharing, and just to even pull out some things for our listeners to hear, is a good pitch is a great story. A good pitch is a big why. A good pitch is clarity of purpose in what you're doing and how it's being delivered. A good pitch is not a pitch. And that's the biggest piece that I think people need to hear, because I think people think there's only one way to do it.
Well, the problem is you guys watched us on television too long and thought, hey, this is what we got for you. Okay, everybody get out your pens. I love that Lisa just taught what a pitch is not, and she's absolutely right. A pitch is not selling. A pitch, in my way, is designed to get a yes. And that's all it is. So stop selling people. So a couple of things, and you have an opportunity. You're going to pitch all the time. So, for example, Lisa, I think I did this to you yesterday and you got mad at me, but you're the only person on my panel list. You want me to pick on Sarah or somebody else?
Okay, go for it. I'm ready.
One of the questions you're networking, they first say, what is your name? And then they always say, what? What do you do? Mm-hmm. Now, in my teaching, that's a pitch moment, but it's not a pitch moment the way most people do it.
Right.
So if I were to ask you, hi, Lisa, nice to meet you. What do you do?
Well, I help entrepreneurs build their business.
Okay, that's kind of nice, but you actually do I like that for you, but how can you say it so that you can really get a yes? In fact, let me change the game. Hi, Lisa, nice to meet you. What can you do for me?
Well, Forbes, it depends. What is it that you want?
Okay, nope, try again. No, well, I teach this. I teach to make an assumption. There's a lot of assumptions that you can make about a person right now. You can make an assumption that, well, actually, you know me, but you know that I'm a working entrepreneur, that I'm a mom, I'm a CEO. Take a second and be more creative without actually asking me, and see what you come up with. Hey, Lisa, what can you do for me?
Forbes, I can show you how to make more money with less time and less stress.
Okay, bingo, I'm yours. That's better than you telling me that you help entrepreneurs. If you told me that, I'm like, I want more right now. As opposed to when you ask most people what they do, Lisa, they will say, well, I'm a speaker, coach, entrepreneur, I'm an author, I've got 3 books coming out, and I'm also working for a charity, and I do that. At what point did you stop listening? If your answer to that question gets a yes and opens a door, people are then willing to listen to you. But when you meet people, they want to throw up all over you. And my pitch doesn't work. No one wants to listen to me. No, we don't, because you're not interesting. There's very creative ways. In fact, somebody did this to me the other day. All right, if you got an MLM, a product, really listen to me. This is what you do not want to do. Person reached out to me on Facebook and they said, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Are you in front of a computer? To which I said, always. What do you think their next sentence should have been?
Go to this address.
No, you don't know me. You don't even know anything about me. It's a stupid question. She literally wrote me an entire paragraph. Well, this is the business that I'm in, and I make $5,000. And if you want to make it, I'm like, I pretty much said, yo, bitch. Apparently you don't, I didn't say bitch, but I was thinking it. You apparently don't care about me. You treat me like a faceless prospect, and I don't appreciate this. You're deleted. Why would you do that? The opportunities you got Forbes Riley to actually say something back to you. I would have then engaged me and said, hey, Forbes, you know what? And then first of all, learn something about me. Go to my, even whether it's not even me, go to my profile page and go, oh, hey, you know what? I noticed that you're into basketball. Well, I just watched the TV series with Michael Jordan. Did you see it? It's called The Last Dance. Give me about 10 seconds of bullshit with somebody. Sound like you care about them. Because the truth is, you do know that your business or service might help them. But the problem is you all pitch too soon. Okay? And then you pitch with the arrogance that you know what I need, as opposed to I'm only going to buy what I want. So stop telling your prospect, oh yeah, you need this vitamin. You need to be healthier. You need to make more. Stop telling them what they need. Give them what they want. Well, I know you just did that, Lisa, instinctively. Hey, I know, care of COVID, you're probably pretty stressed, right, Forbes? Oh my gosh, I'm crazy, right? What if I told you there was a unique way to make money while you sleep? Would that be interesting? We're not yet. Well, now I'm like going, okay, do you do that? Yeah, I do actually. And then, oh, that's the company that you do? Yeah. You're not pitching me yet. You don't have the right to pitch me. We call that an open door. I teach people, if you go too soon, the door will smack in your face. And when it does, especially as a woman, you know what you're left with? You think that you're not a good person. You're not a good pitcher. You don't know how to close. This always happens. That's all bullshit. You just didn't jump. Remember double dutch? You didn't jump in at the right time and the rope smacked you in the face.
That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy. And I think a lot of the times it goes back into, I would like to say that people wear a sign on them. It's WIIFM. What's in it for me? And then there's that know, like, and trust. You know, if people do not feel like, you know, they don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So it's having an interest in that person, finding out what they, like you said, want. And I just actually did that in the other presentation about the difference of wants and needs. Like, people need to lose weight, and you've been selling weight loss products for a long time, but it's not until they want to do something and take action will they do it, and getting to their want is the biggest piece.
And here's what I do for people. I go in the back door. Number one, I will tell you, if you want to sit at your desk, because who wants to go to the gym? Oh, wait, now you can't go to the gym? Lisa said she was going to find her spin gym, by the way. We really do have tons of people losing weight sitting at their desk. But I also did some things that are important to everybody, I think. I redefined the word diet. I have a beautiful journal book that I created and I teach, because for me, diet always made me feel like a loser, and not of weight, but self-esteem. And so I would go on diets. I don't like authority. As soon as I went on a diet, if I didn't have tuna fish on Tuesday, that meant I cheated and I could eat the chocolate cake. And so this was bad.
Yes.
So I said, let's redefine the word. Lisa, what does diet mean for you?
Well, actually, I think of Garfield, and it's die with a T at the end of it.
Okay, now here's the problem with that. I don't want to die, and I don't want to be made to feel bad. Stop making me feel bad that I don't count calories, but I do know the difference between a brownie and a broccoli. So what if DIET, and get your pens out, meant decisions I eat today? What if it was just about today? You wake up in the morning, you make some decisions. You know that coffee might stress you out, and if you had a little lemon with water and got your digestion going, that's cool. Hey, my first meal is designed to give me some energy. Maybe I do fruit only. Maybe I do an egg and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, I want a muffin. You know, I said that I'd like to lose some weight. I'm going to have that muffin tomorrow. Or maybe the muffin later, because I know that's not a really good idea right now, because carbs make me want more carbs. Hear all the decisions I'm making? That is part of what we teach people, that to make the decisions conscious. I live with a man who's a 3-time world fitness bodybuilding champion, okay? Here's the thing. You know what he eats every day? And everyone's like, oh my God, what does he eat? Like, it's a big surprise. What do you think he eats? He eats cardboard. He eats brown rice and broccoli and Brussels sprouts that are coming out of his, nothing tastes good. You know why? Because his why and his decision is, I'm going to stand naked on stage in front of the world, and I want to win that championship. And there is nothing that tastes as good as that championship feels. That's his why. I don't have that. But if you created a why and said, you know what, I'm going to look really good. It's going to be July 4th. 2 weeks from now, I want to look 5 pounds lighter. I want to have my arms a little fitter because I want to rock a bathing suit a little better. That's a really attainable goal. And we set those, we find a really good why, because a diet without a why makes no sense whatsoever. Because here's what happens. Oh, it's January 1st. Resolution, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Go to the gym, going to do this, going to do it. January 4th, oh, I didn't go to the gym, and who cares? Lisa, the sad fact is nobody cares about you anyway. And not you in particular, but none of us. If you tell me, Lisa, that you want to lose 10 pounds and you don't, and you gain 10 pounds, I'm going to love you no matter what you do. But there was no accountability to that. Here's what I do in that case. Lisa, if you said that you wanted to lose 10 pounds, and I know it doesn't matter to you very much, I will say, Lisa, is $5,000 important to you? Is that money important to you?
Yes.
Does it strike a chord? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to find, because you're successful. Maybe 5,000 doesn't mean, if you lost 5,000, would you be upset?
I did the other day in the market, more than that. Go ahead.
Well, so maybe 10,000. Here's what I would do for you. I would make, and I've done this time and time again, I'm going to put, in your case, $10,000 into an escrow account. You said you're going to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. If you don't do it, you give me the money. Guess what? You're going to wake up, I know you. You'll wake up every morning going, shit, she's not getting my 10 grand. She is not getting, I'll eat the broccoli. I want my 10 grand. Won't you do that?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. And you're going to make sure that I've only gotten that money once and I donated it to charity. Because now it's not, oh, I don't know if I want the broccoli. Now it's like 10 grand or I loot. What changed? The intention changed, the accountability changed, the energy changed. And that's how you get the results you want. Have something at stake to really fuel your fire.
So I love all this, Forbes, and I want to pivot a little bit. So I just want you to know that Handsome brought me mine. So,
all right.
So
wind it up over here. Wind it up to the side, not in front of anybody. And give it a tug and release.
I have to keep winding.
No, go in and out. Come on, go. Go 10. Come on, you go.
I wasn't going for aerobics, but the point is.
You know what I love? I love my Zoom calls when everybody on my call, I know Sarah's got one. I don't think Geraldie's got an extra one, but I'll tell you what, when I see 20, 30 people all doing this, my heart goes, oh, yay. Oh, yay.
He actually, Handsome brought it down because he knew I was on with you. So he actually brought it down for you, babe.
He was, trust me, before I met Joshua, he was the perfect husband, but I couldn't have him, so, you know.
You mean mine was? So, okay,
yes.
Sarah getting on and playing? Okay. So
before we leave the subject, when you wanted someone like him in your life, girl, what did you want?
Well, I actually willed Yardley into my life.
You did?
Because I did what you decided when you made my planes cancel. So I actually designed my perfect mate. I had a list of everything about him: what he looked like, what he did, what he stood for, how much he made, what his mindset was, everything about him. And when I met Yardley, I said to him, Handsome, you're a 9.8 out of a 10. And he was very upset. He goes, well, why aren't I a 10? And I said, unfortunately, this is a true story. My dad is, dad passed away, but at the time my dad used to be a bigot, and he was like an Archie Bunker. And when he heard I was dating Yardley, he said I was with a gook, which was not very nice. And I didn't talk to my dad for 2 years. So I said, Handsome, I want to tell Dr. Handsome, but I didn't expect Asian because it was problems in my family. And what people don't know is my mom's husband is Black. So I have an international family.
You love that Sarah just got out her spin gym. By the way, if you guys are watching this, I'll do a shout out because I'm giving a lot of this to charity at the moment. It's literally not an expensive product, but it's called Spin Gym. Yes. You go to shop Spin Gym and you get your favorite color. We have a charity here that we donate 20% to of everything that we get. A lot of people around here are very hungry at the moment. People who are my friends who are waiters and bartenders and who knows what's going on. So if you can put a new spin on success or a new spin on somebody else's life, go and make sure you get one. And let's help other people, seriously, because we don't need all that we've got.
And Forbes, in the next just couple of minutes, what I'd like to actually ask you is, you have been successful at getting yourself visibility and seen and selling and all the other stuff. And today I think people want to be seen more and want to get their message out more. So we talked about the pitching, but can you give some advice for people on how to actually get seen? Like, what's it take to get on TV today? What's it take to be the visible at the high extent you have been?
Well, it's funny you should ask that because I just started what I started doing and you talk about pivoting, is I actually was asked that enough that I created a training. And I'm actually, my first 4 weeks training of that called OPP, Other People's Platforms. And so I'll tell you some insight. This is what I'm doing. I'm sorry?
You missed the segment I did, OPP, Other People's People. I just talked about it. Go ahead.
Oh, well, we have by the way, OPP means something else too, but we won't talk about what that is. Why do we have OPPs?
Okay.
All right, so mine is other people's platforms, and I've been doing this for this concept. That's what I'm doing right now. Why did Lisa invite me on her show? Why is Sharon on her show? Why are all the other speakers here? Because they did what you at home need to be doing. You need to figure out what your expertise is, then brand it in the right way so that we can understand it. We all don't do everything. Trust me, I'm the queen of that because I do fitness and I do business. But I realize that our personal mentor, Tony, also sells vitamins in the back of his room. So you can have a little bit of both, but you're much better off if people know you to do one thing, right? It's a lot easier. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm not here for me. I'm actually serving her audience. That's why there's a value to it. So when you're on television, you aren't there because you're cute. You're just not. Even if you're Tom Cruise, you're there because you're promoting a movie. In fact, they very rarely invite somebody on a show unless there's a promotional aspect to it. So while they're entertaining on those shows, they're always promoting the movie or the book or the concert or the election or whatever it happens to be. So you're serving both needs. And the funny thing you need to really think about is these places need you. Summits need experts. Talk shows need guests. Podcasts need guests. So why you? Now they're going to look for you when everything is the same, when everything's congruent for you, that your message meets your branding, meets your social media. So it's very incumbent upon you right now to do that, to go, well, okay, of all the things that I can be doing, what do I love to talk about most? And we actually talk about how my daughter made $12,000 at age 14 with no product. Because what I don't want you to do right now is stress out going, well, she has a fitness product and Lisa has, you don't need a product. You actually just need an idea. You can leverage, this is the thing about OPP, leveraging other people's platforms. So what my daughter did, Facebook had just come out. I'm driving in the car. She's 14 and she's listening to me pitch a lot. And so we're literally driving. The phone is right here. I can't really see it. And she's sneaky and she said, Mom, can I get 50% of whatever I sell for you? And I'm like, sure, whatever. And we're driving. And she looks at the camera and said, guys, I know you all like my mom, but she talks too much. But I make a lot of money. She makes like $5,000 a client doing funnels and stuff for people at her age. And she said, who would like my mom to rant to her? Literally, you can have my mom for an hour on a phone call, like a coaching call. I'll sell it for $1,000. Cha-ching, 4 people said yes. Now I'm driving. I'm not really paying attention to all that she's saying. And I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? Can you stop that? I don't know what you're doing. Then she said, well, Mom, how much would you sell a year for? Man, her little mind is going, and I'm driving. I said, I don't know. Do it for $8,000. Thinking she's joking, right? She looks at the camera right here, no product of her own, and says, hey, guys, who would like my mom's coaching for a year for $8,000? And Cindy Cork from Anchorage, Alaska says, I want it. And I'm like, stop. She just grossed $12,000 in 15 minutes. She got half my money, and I got all the work. Think about if she can do that, what can you guys do with the proper knowledge?
I love that. What a great way. So Forbes, you got to tell us, how are we going to get this Sunday training as your take? So we know what our gift is. How are we getting our Sunday training? I want to thank you for being here.
Free gift from Forbes Riley. So okay. Forbes like the magazine, free gift from ForbesRiley.com. Put the WW, I think.
Okay, so we'll put it in the chat. Free gift from Forbes Riley, Riley. And Forbes, thank you for being here. And you're going to stay for the Entrepreneurs Thrive Challenge, right?
I would not miss it. I love you both.
I love you. Thank you. And to be continued, one last word. What would be one last advice?
Thank you, Forbes.
Okay, I guess we're not doing that. So we're off, Forbes. We'll go. We're going to keep moving. They're keeping me on time. I'm being accountable right now. So we'll see you in a little bit, okay?
You got it, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Okay, Sarah.
We have winners.
We do. Oh, well, then tell me who.
Okay. Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Ta-da.
There we go. Very cool.
Thank you for being such a great participant. Participation gets you prizes. Send me an email, Sarah, SARA @findafab.com, and we will make sure we get it to you. I've got one more.
Awesome.
Sarah, SARA @findafab.com, and we will make sure we get it to you. Ta-da! Jackie Levine.
Hi, Jackie. Awesome. We got Joseph there. Very cool. So if you have not started taking pictures with yourself while we're doing this, with our speakers, hashtagging Help Businesses Thrive, Lisa Lieberman-Wang, Find to Fab, and our speaker's name, then you're missing opportunities, because the gifts are going to be numerous, many, and amazing. And like we said, there's more to come, and we're going to keep going. Sarah, also, did you want to share anything about our gift with the mastermind that we're going to be sharing? I mean, do we want to go any further into that?
Yeah. So if you love the value that you've gotten from watching other people get coached, imagine if you were getting coached by 12 people in real time, and you were able to say, hey, I'm Sarah, my business is Sneak Peek, and my challenge is I need more customers and I need more vendors. What do I do? Right? So what would that mean to you if you could have a blueprint to launch your business in the next 6 months, or pivot your business, or reinvent yourself? Lisa has a tribe of the most amazing thought leaders and the most amazing clients, and we only have room for 12 people to have that opportunity. And it's not going to be 15 minutes. This is going to be a 90-minute event on a regular basis. So to actually have the coaching and have the accountability and have your hand held, it's insurmountable how valuable that is. But I would love to see who applies for that opportunity to be in that hot seat. I know that me personally, like everyone that's here, I'm a huge fan of Alex Stern. I'm a huge fan of Amberly Lago. This is Forbes' book. I have her spin gym. I mean, I drink the Kool-Aid. These are our people. It's like, I will buy whatever they're selling because they're successful, right? They have mentored me. I want to support their business, and they continuously pour into our community. Who's next, Lisa?
Well, who's next is Dr. Raja Sahori. So we're going to go.
Love it.
But I want to make sure people go to helpbusinessesthrive.com/mastermind to learn more about the mastermind. Okay, helpbusinessesthrive.com/mastermind.